How's it going, guys? IW here. Today's video is going to be on my dad and I's RX7 collection. This is my 92 FD RX7 Type R. This is my dad's 1982 FB RX7 Series 2. And this is my dad's Series 4 88 GTU RX7. This is my 1992 Mazda RX7 FD. It's a Type R. This one, the story of how I got this one, maybe I'll tell that one day, but I got a really good deal on this car. And the car's in really good shape. It has like little rock chips and stuff, but it had 36,000 miles when I got it. And it's right-hand drive. This is the only right-hand drive RX7 that we own. The interior is really nice. It's got the Type R seats. It has the Affini wheel because this is technically an Affini RX7, not necessarily a Mazda RX7. So here's the interior of the 92 FD RX7. The interior is in okay shape. It's pretty nice, pretty clean. It's just, it has some like scratch marks from the previous owner. But maybe one day if Drake's or anybody makes replacement panels for these, maybe I'll get a full set of interior panels. That'd be nice. One little thing I love about this RX-7 is the advertising from the 90s. There was so many good advertising, like posters. One of them said, "This is the only brake pedal that makes a car faster. It's because this brake pedal's got holes in it and it's lighter. It's an aluminum brake pedal." So I thought that was really cool. The car also came with these raised patent place silver arrows. When we got the car ran pretty good and stuff. We replaced the rat's nest under the intake, and we did the pillow ball bushings, and we did a few other things just in maintenance. We did the transmission fluid, the diff fluid, diff bushings, and some other things just to keep the car in nice shape. This car, a lot of people ask me why I don't modify it. It's just, I like how this car drives. Around here, you don't really need a ton of power, and this car just seems to work. So being a Rotary that works, I'm leaving it alone. Love the car, and it's really low miles too. Last thing I want to mention that's really cool about this car is this is a Series 6, and my dad's two cars, that's a Series 2 RX-7 and that's a Series 4 RX-7. So we did the FD, now we're on to my dad's 81 FB RX-7. I might have said 82 a minute ago, but it's an 81. This car is a 12A 5-speed. All these cars are 5-speed. Manual cars are the best. There's no comparison. But this thing's been a ton of fun. He picked this thing up for $800 and we got it running. All he had to do was fix one wire and the car started running, so it was an amazing deal. It's kind of rough. It's got a little bit of rust and stuff here and there, but for the money, and this thing just runs. He's taken this thing on I think it was 1,200 mile trip, and then he took it on another 300 mile trip, and it just seems to work. It's a Rotary that just works. Talk about Rotary reliability. It's insane that it just works. And like I said, the car is not in that bad a shape. It has some stuff that it needs to fix. This would be a really good project car, and it is a really good project car. But it's fun to just take to places, and you don't really got to worry about it. It's an $800 car at the end of the day, so if anything happens, this thing, it doesn't really matter as much as if something would happen to that thing, which is worth like 30 now or something stupid. All these Japanese cars, they kind of just went crazy. But these are kind of overlooked. They made so many of these, so you can still get these cheap. You just gotta be careful when you go to buy one of these though, because there's a good chance that the motor will need rebuilt. There'll be problems with it and stuff like that. That's just why Rotary cars usually are cheaper than like Supras or Skylines or NSXs, is they're arguably better in their performance and stuff, but when it comes to the reliability, it's very questionable. And if you get stuck with a car with a blown motor, you're kind of screwed. But yeah, in terms of like the Japanese legendary JDM cars from the 90s, these cars were the lightest ones of the the four big ones, which, in turn makes them handle really well. So my dad bought this one. I had that one, the FD. And so my dad bought this one just to cruise around so we could go to shows and stuff. And then he wanted a FC RX7 because he wanted to complete the collection. Yeah, he wanted to have a FB, FC, and FD. And he did buy a SA RX7. It didn't run, and we never got it running. It was locked up. And then we had another parts FD, which wasn't really a parts car. We were going to fix it. It needed a lot. So then he picked up this one. I found this one on Facebook, and it was a good deal. So I was like, hey, we should go pick that up, see what's going on. So we took my compression tester, went down, compression tested it, and the compression numbers were okay. I mean, they were in the 90s. They were high 90s. I think low hundreds, high 90s. When it was cold, it'll drop a little bit when it's warm, and then we did it when it was warm after we did get it running. And they were like 99, 99, 96 or something like that. I have them saved somewhere, and then the paint's pretty rough on this one. I polished it, so it looks okay, but like, I mean, it's never gonna look perfect because the clear coat's coming off, and then you got some like imperfection like this rusting, and then somebody had like a piece of paper up here, and that rusted. But we have all three. We have FC, FD, and FB RX7, and honestly, in the two older ones, the FC and FB, we don't really have a lot of money tied up in them, which is nice because you brag that you have, oh, I got this much money tied up into them, but the bigger flex is to not have that much money tied up into cars. I mean, if you can own these cars for not much money, that's more money that you can spend on doing fun stuff like suspension that they need because they've sat for so long, and just other cool upgrades like wheels. These wheels were off the black FD. But yeah, my dad drove this car, and he said this car is a ton of fun compared to the FB. I love the FB because it's kind of annoying. It's loud. It's just a loud rotary, straight pipe pretty much. But this thing, it's a lot more quiet, a lot more like daily friendly. You could daily drive this thing. It makes a little bit more power. He said it feels nicer and stuff. And this was just a Grand Touring car. This was kind of like a Mark III Supra. It was more of a Grand Touring car. And since it was based off like the Porsche 944 and stuff, it's a good cruiser car, whereas like that one and the FD were more like pure sports cars. This thing has the 13B RE. It's fuel injected, but it's non-turbo. It's a 5-speed, like I said. Pretty basic car. It's the GTU, so it was the sports package. So it has the wing and the Turbo 2 seats and stuff like that. But other than that, it's nothing really crazy. It's not a Turbo 2. This one is for sale, actually. If anybody's interested, hit me up on Instagram. I'll have my Instagram listed. I sell a lot of super parts, so if you need any Mark III super parts, hit me up. But, I mean, I don't figure many people watching this video are going to need Mark III super parts. Here's a look at the interior. The interior is not bad. I mean, it needs this radio bezel thingy. It needs a new one of those. You can get those new from Atkins, actually, which is cool. It needs a pedal pad. I think we might have that. We just need to put it on. And then like the dash is doing this kind of stuff here. And then it needs carpet. It needs one of these door sill things. But I mean, it's a project car. That like I said, we didn't pay a lot for it, so we didn't get the nicest one ever. But it's coming along nicely. I mean, the car didn't run when we got it. My dad wired up the fuel pump with a Deutschwerks fuel pump wiring kit, and that fixed that problem, and then he put a new AFM on it, but I don't think the AFM was bad. So now it runs. I mean, we're going to take these things to a show today, actually. We're not entering the show. I don't like entering shows because I don't like staying there forever. We're probably going to just drive these things up, go to the show, walk around, and then head back. I think it's funny, too, to have quote-unquote show cars in the parking lot of a show. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed a little quick behind-the-scenes look at the RX7s in the collection, and hopefully this video wasn't too bad because like I didn't really script this video, so it was just kind of like me rambling about the cars. But hopefully you guys got some enjoyment out of seeing the cars, and if you guys want to see anything more about these cars, specific like reviews or driving videos or anything like that, just let me know in the comments. I love seeing your guys' comments. Have a good one.